The Thousand-Year Blood War is the anime adaptation of the final arc of the Bleach manga. So far, it has been well received by fans, and has even put a lot of newcomers onto the Bleach series as a result. It's been released in 4 split cours in a seasonal format, and this year, from July of 2026, we will finally reach the climax of not just this arc, but the entire Bleach anime which first started in 2004. And with this final cour, I think this will top everything that came before it, and will stick the landing once it ends. So in this video, I'm going to go through why the final cour of the Bleach Thousand-Year Blood War will be very exciting for fans. So I first want to talk about the art and animation for this final cour. Ever since the first cour of the Bleach Thousand-Year Blood War, we have had great looking visuals in every episode, with really great action on top of that. And that was because Studio Pierrot finally put more production time into this project, instead of making it into a weekly anime with a tight schedule. Studio Pierrot also opened a new division, labelled under the name of Pierrot Films, which opened in 2024, and the purpose of this sub-brand is to focus more on high quality animated projects with a much better production schedule. Pierrot Films first worked on the third cour of the Bleach Thousand-Year Blood War, and that was evident in how great the previous season looked. From looking at the fights between Renji and Uryu, Ichigo and Yhwach, and Kurisuche against Pernida. And the final cour is going to be animated by this same sub-brand, so we can expect a high quality season that will elevate the fights even more. Especially since Cour 1 of Bleach started in 2022, then the second cour came out in 2023, and the third cour came out in 2024. But this final cour is coming out in July of 2026. So this final cour has been given even more time to work on their episode under Pierrot Films, so the overall quality of this final cour might be the best we have had for the Bleach anime. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but there are some major fights, some of the best fights in the arc so far, that will be animated in this final portion of the arc, so we can expect these moments to look incredible once we get there. I also want to talk about the heavy involvement of Tite Kubo in this final cour as well, and why I think this is perfect for the finale of this anime. Even though Kubo was involved with the previous cours of the Thousand-Year Blood War, Kubo said that Cour 4 is the most he has ever been involved with. He has been supervising and looking over everything to make sure everything stays in line so that it best fits his vision. He has been checking and supervising the storyboards, the script, the voice acting recordings, provided direction on certain fight scenes, absolutely everything. And he is also adding in a lot more anime original content that was never present in the manga, so this is something that will be very exciting for even the fans who read the manga. And this is great because that gives Kubo the chance to fully explore all the things he wanted to add in the final portion of this arc. Because when he was writing this arc in the manga, his physical health was worsening, so there was some certain plot points that Kubo probably couldn't afford to expand or bring proper closure to at the time, like some of the fights for example. But now, with this final cour, Kubo is in good health now, and since he has been heavily involved in its production, this is the best opportunity for him to flesh out what he couldn't back then due to his health. This means we will be given even more anime-only fights not seen in the manga and some new character moments. We might even get some more lore on the Bleach world with this additional anime-only content. We could get more lore on the Soul King, the Quincy's, and maybe even the Primordial world before it got split up into the 3 different realms. And Kubo is supervising all of it to make sure it makes sense in the story, and to avoid any contradictions or confusion, which is what some anime-only episodes have done in other anime series in the past. And it's going to be a lot more anime-only scenes compared to previous seasons. With the previous cour, we did get some new anime-only content, like more expansion on Squad Zero, the full character designs of the original Gote 13, and some Bankai reveals that were never shown in the manga. But Cour 4 is going to have so much more anime-only content in comparison. Not too long ago, there was a leaked screenshot of a title of the 6th episode of Cour 4, and the title was cut out at The E. And fans speculate that the full title is most likely going to be called The End, which is the same title for the manga chapters for 679 to 681. This could mean that by the 6th episode, the final fight against Yhwach and the end of the manga would have been adapted, which means there should be about 6 or 7 episodes left of the final cour. This does make sense, since Cour 1 adapted around 63 chapters, Cour 2 adapted around 67 chapters, and Cour 3 adapted around 51 chapters, and they also adapted the first half of chapter 661, so there is currently about 25 to 26 chapters left to adapt in Cour 4. So it does make sense why there will be so much anime-only content to fill in the final cour. And those last episodes could very well just be anime-only content during the epilogue, or maybe an adaptation of the light novel series Can't Fear Your Own World, or maybe one of the episodes could even adapt the Hell Arc chapter, which was the latest manga chapter Kubo worked on. So with the heavy involvement of the original creator of the series, there is more reason to believe why the 4th cour is going to be something truly amazing, and with new added content never seen before by even the manga readers. Not many anime have their mangaka heavily involved in the anime version. Most of them would only add minimal input, but Kubo is really out there trying to make sure that this final portion is going to be perfect. So those are the reasons why I think that the final cour of Bleach's Thousand-Year Blood War is going to be even more exciting than the previous cours. The art and animation are going to be a step above what came before. Kubo has been more involved with his final cour than anything else, which can really fix the ending and flesh out the parts that he wasn't able to touch upon due to his deteriorating health during the time he was writing the manga. And the anime only content, which I feel is going to be very interesting, since this will be new to the manga readers and the anime only watchers too. But how excited are you guys for the final cour of the Bleach Thousand-Year Blood War? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.